子的诞生。
Lovely viewers, gather around because today's update is one of the most heartwarming, emotional, and unforgettable moments in the love story we've all been following so closely. Yes, it has finally happened. The news that fans around the world have been waiting for with bated breath is now a reality. Song Hye Kyo, the ever-graceful queen of Kdrama, has given birth, and it's a boy. Can you believe it? This isn't just a headline. This is a historic moment in the world of Korean entertainment and in the hearts of millions who have been rooting for this power couple since the very beginning. The anticipation, the speculation, the dreams. They've all led to this magical day, and the way it unfolded will truly leave you emotional. Imagine this. After months of pregnancy rumors, baby bump sightings, and countless fan theories about the gender of the baby, the truth is finally here. And it's a beautiful baby boy who has officially made Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo proud parents. Just picture the hospital scene for a second. The serene atmosphere, the soft whispers of doctors and nurses, and then that first cry that changes everything. It's the kind of moment that freezes time. And trust me, the emotions were running sky high. People close to the couple say that when Lee Min-ho heard the sound of his son's cry for the first time, his entire world shifted. He reportedly broke down in tears. Not the quiet kind, but genuine, unstoppable tears of joy. Because this was the moment he had been dreaming of for so long. Can you imagine the heartthrob of millions, the charismatic actor who always looks so composed, suddenly overwhelmed by raw emotion as he holds his son for the very first time? It's a visual that fans cannot stop talking about. Now let's talk about Song Hye Kyo. Our queen, our goddess, who has carried this pregnancy with grace and elegance, was described as glowing even in the delivery room. Sources revealed that despite the exhaustion of labor, she couldn't stop smiling when she saw Lee Min-ho cradling their little boy. The connection between them at that moment was so strong that everyone present felt it. Nurses said they had never seen a couple look at each other with that much love and gratitude. Lee Min-ho reportedly whispered something to her, and though the exact words remain private, insiders hinted that he said something like, "You've given me the greatest gift of my life." Just imagine the weight of those words. After all the ups and downs, the rumors, the media frenzy, and the endless speculation, they now share this unbreakable bond that only parenthood can bring. And the baby. Let's not forget about the little star of the day. According to reports, the baby boy is healthy, strong, and absolutely adorable. Some say he has Lee Min-ho's eyes, sharp, deep, and captivating, while others claim he's inherited Song Hye Kyo's soft, angelic features. Either way, this baby is destined to be the visual king of the next generation. Social media is already exploding with hashtags like #MiniLeeMinho and #BabyHyeKyo, with fans creating edits, fan art, and emotional messages celebrating this joyful news. People are calling him the miracle baby. And it's easy to see why. This little boy represents love, resilience, and a brand new chapter for two of Korea's biggest stars. But wait, you have to hear about Lee Min-ho's reaction after leaving the hospital room. Sources say he was so overjoyed that he stepped outside for a moment, called his closest friends and shouted, "I'm a dad!" with tears streaming down his face. Those who know him well say that he's been preparing for this role for months. Reading parenting books, attending classes, and even setting up a nursery that looks like something out of a fairy tale. Fans are saying this side of Lee Min-ho is melting their hearts because it shows how deeply he loves his family. He's not just a superstar anymore. He's a husband and a father, and the way he embraces this role is nothing short of admirable. And guess what? There are whispers that he has already written a heartfelt letter for his son. A letter that talks about love, hope, and dreams for the future. Imagine the man who has written romantic lines in dramas now writing real-life words to his child. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? And Song Hye Kyo. She is reportedly recovering well and feeling incredibly loved and supported. Insiders reveal that Lee Min-ho hasn't left her side for a second since the birth. He's holding her hand, feeding her meals, and making sure she feels like the queen she truly is. Fans are also curious about what's next for this couple. Will we see a family photo soon? Will they share the baby's name with the public? There are unconfirmed reports that the name they've chosen has a deep meaning tied to love and destiny, but nothing has been officially revealed yet. Can you imagine the day they finally post that first family picture on Instagram? The internet will completely shut down because everyone will want to see the face of this little prince who already has millions of fans worldwide without even knowing it. This moment is more than just a celebrity update. It's a love story that has now taken on a whole new meaning. The couple that many doubted, the pair that sparked endless headlines, has now built a family, and in the most beautiful way possible. For fans who have followed them through every twist and turn, this is like witnessing a fairy tale ending that turns into a brand new beginning. And as for Lee Min-ho's reaction, it's proof that real men wear their hearts on their sleeves, especially when it comes to the people they love most. So, lovely viewers, how does this make you feel? Can you picture Lee Min-ho holding his baby boy close, promising to protect him forever? Can you imagine Song Hye Kyo's tears of joy as she realizes that her life has changed forever in the most beautiful way? This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Lovely viewers, now that we've shared the magical beginning of this new chapter, let's dive deeper because the story doesn't just end with the birth announcement. Oh no, this is just the beginning of an emotional roller coaster filled with tears, laughter, family moments, and heart-melting gestures that will make you fall in love with Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo all over again. From the hospital room to the intimate celebrations that followed, every detail is pure perfection, and we're going to experience it together. After that life-changing moment when Lee Min-ho stepped out of the delivery room and shouted in pure joy, "I'm a dad!" His phone reportedly couldn't stop buzzing. Every single friend, co-star, and industry connection wanted to congratulate him. But here's what will melt your heart. He didn't spend his time scrolling through messages or making calls right away. Instead, he walked back into that hospital room, sat next to Song Hye Kyo, and held her hand like she was the only person in the world that mattered. He kissed her forehead softly and whispered something that insiders described as so romantic it gave everyone in the room goosebumps. Imagine the man who has been dubbed the Prince of Kdrama romance, now delivering the most heartfelt lines of his life without a script. That's the power of true love. But wait, there's more. When the nurses handed him the baby again, he reportedly broke into tears a second time. This time it wasn't just silent tears. He held that baby close to his chest, looked at Song Hye Kyo and said something like, "He has your soul and he has my strength. I promise I will never let either of you down." Can you imagine hearing those words in that moment? Song Hye Kyo, already emotional from giving birth, couldn't hold back her tears. According to the hospital staff, the entire room was filled with this beautiful energy of love and gratitude. Even the doctors said it was one of the most emotional births they had ever witnessed because it wasn't just about the arrival of a baby. It was about a love story reaching its most beautiful peak. And let's talk about the baby again because everyone wants to know. What does he look like? From what little has been shared by insiders, the baby boy is already a little superstar. Nurses described him as the most handsome newborn we've ever seen. Fans who have caught tiny glimpses from leaked pictures claim that his facial structure hints at Lee Min-ho's sharp jawline and Song Hye Kyo's perfect skin. Some even say his tiny lips look exactly like his mom's. And here's an interesting detail. He was born with a head full of hair. People are joking on social media that this little one is already ready for his first shampoo commercial. Can you imagine that? The internet is buzzing with fan art, edits, and adorable captions like, "The royal baby of Kdrama is here," and "Welcome, little prince." Now, let's move to something truly emotional. Lee Min-ho's Instagram activity. Hours after the birth, fans noticed that his account went silent. No posts, no stories, nothing. And that's because he was living in the moment. He didn't want to share it with the world before he fully embraced it himself. But later that night, a blurry black and white picture appeared on his story. It wasn't clear, but fans could make out two hands holding a tiny baby's hand. That was enough to send the internet into a meltdown. Within minutes, hashtags like #LeeMinhoDad and #SongHyeKyoBabyBoy were trending worldwide. The picture didn't show faces, but it didn't need to. The emotion behind it said everything. Song Hye Kyo, on the other hand, posted nothing initially. And that's understandable because she was recovering and soaking in the love of her family. But here's the sweet part. Sources say she kept telling everyone how grateful she was to have Lee Min-ho by her side through every single step. She reportedly told her closest friends that he was her rock during the entire pregnancy, and even held her hand through the most painful moments of labor. Isn't that just the ultimate definition of love? Now, here's something fans have been dying to know. What did Lee Min-ho do after the birth to celebrate? Oh, get ready because this man went above and beyond. Apparently, he had prepared a surprise for Song Hye Kyo in advance. While she was resting, he had the hospital room decorated with fresh white flowers and soft fairy lights. When she woke up, the entire room felt like a magical garden. On the bedside table was a small velvet box, and inside it, a delicate necklace engraved with their baby's initials and birth date. Song Hye Kyo reportedly broke down in tears when she saw it. And Lee Min-ho, he just hugged her tight and said, "This is the start of forever." Lovely viewers, can we take a moment to appreciate this man? But it doesn't end there. Friends and family soon started arriving for private visits, and the atmosphere was like a fairy tale come to life. Close celebrity friends reportedly came in secretly to avoid paparazzi chaos. Some names being whispered include Kim Go-eun, Park Shin-hye, and even Yoo Ah-in, who all share a close bond with the couple. Each of them brought thoughtful gifts for the baby and warm wishes for the new parents. It was an intimate, joyful gathering filled with laughter and happy tears. People who were there say that Lee Min-ho was glowing with pride as he introduced his son, while Song Hye Kyo couldn't stop smiling despite the exhaustion. And here's the part that fans will love the most. There are talks that Lee Min-ho has already written a heartfelt public message for his fans and will post it soon. Sources claim it's not just a simple thank you message. It's a deeply emotional letter where he talks about what fatherhood means to him and how much he appreciates the love and support from his global fan base. Can you imagine reading that? It's going to break the internet the moment it drops. As for the baby's name, it's still a mystery. The couple is reportedly keeping it private for now, but insiders say the name has a beautiful meaning connected to strength, love, and destiny. Fans are already making guesses, and the excitement is at an all-time high. Will they reveal the name with a picture, or will they keep things low-key for a while? We'll have to wait and see. Lovely viewers, doesn't this entire story just make you believe in love again? What happened after those emotional moments is nothing short of extraordinary. You might think the story couldn't get more beautiful, but trust me, the magic was just beginning. After the initial wave of emotions in the hospital, Lee Min-ho entered a new world. A world where every heartbeat and every breath of his little boy mattered more than anything else. That first night as a father was something Lee Min-ho will never forget, and the way he handled it will make your heart swell with admiration. Reports reveal that he refused to leave the hospital room even for a second. He didn't go home to rest, didn't delegate anything to assistants. He stayed right there beside Song Hye Kyo and their baby. Nurses who were on duty that night described how protective and attentive he was. Every time the baby made a small sound, Lee Min-ho was the first one to get up, even before the nurses approached. Can you imagine the man we've always seen as a calm, collected superstar suddenly turning into a hands-on dad, trying to learn how to swaddle his newborn properly? Sources say he even asked the nurses to teach him the correct way to hold the baby and feed him. They admitted he was nervous at first. His hands shook slightly, but his determination and love made every move perfect. And then came the unforgettable moment. Lee Min-ho singing softly to his son. Yes, you heard that right. The actor who has stolen millions of hearts with his charm was sitting in that hospital room, cradling his little boy, singing a lullaby in the softest tone. Insiders say the song wasn't random. It was one of Song Hye Kyo's favorite melodies. She woke up to that sound and burst into tears because it wasn't just a song. It was a declaration of love for both her and their child. Doesn't that sound like a scene straight out of a K-drama? Except this time it's real? Now about Song Hye Kyo. She was glowing despite her exhaustion. After hours of labor, she could finally hold her baby without any interruptions, and the look in her eyes was pure magic. Nurses revealed that she kept staring at her son as if she couldn't believe he was real. At one point she reportedly whispered, "You're my miracle," and gently kissed his forehead. Lee Min-ho, who was standing nearby, heard those words and responded softly, "And you're mine." Imagine that. Two people so in love, now bonded forever by this little life they created together. As dawn approached, the couple shared their first quiet breakfast as parents. It wasn't fancy, just some simple dishes prepared by the hospital, but it felt like the most luxurious meal in the world to them because they were sharing it with their son by their side. Lee Min-ho reportedly kept looking at Song Hye Kyo, thanking her over and over for giving him such a precious gift. People who witnessed that moment say he couldn't stop smiling, even though he hadn't slept for over 24 hours. Meanwhile, the outside world was going crazy. News outlets picked up the story, and within hours, it became the most talked about topic across Asia and beyond. Headlines like "Lee Min-ho becomes a father" and "Song Hye Kyo welcomes baby boy" dominated every platform. Fans flooded social media with emotional messages, fan art, and edits celebrating this monumental event. Some even shared old clips of Lee Min-ho talking about wanting a family someday, saying things like, "He finally got his dream." The outpouring of love was overwhelming, and the couple's representatives had to release a short statement thanking fans for their endless support. But what made everyone melt was that the statement included a heartfelt note from Lee Min-ho himself. "Thank you for sharing in our happiness. This little life means the world to us, and we can't wait to create beautiful memories together." And now, lovely viewers, let's talk about the baby's name. Although the couple hasn't officially revealed it yet, rumors suggest that they've chosen something deeply meaningful. Insiders hint that the name is a combination of Korean tradition and modern elegance, something that represents hope, love, and new beginnings. Some fans believe the name starts with H, as a tribute to Song Hye Kyo, while others are convinced it reflects Lee Min-ho's favorite word from an old interview, "un," which means grace. Can you imagine the moment when they finally share the name with the world? It's going to be iconic. Now, what about celebrity friends? Oh, the reactions have been pouring in. Kim Go-eun, who has worked closely with Lee Min-ho, reportedly sent a massive bouquet of blue and white flowers with a note that said, "Welcome to the world, little prince." Park Shin-hye, who is a mother herself, is said to have visited privately to share advice and gifts for the baby. Even international stars who admire Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo from afar have been posting congratulatory messages online. This isn't just a Korean entertainment event, it's a global celebration of love and life. But the biggest surprise of all, Lee Min-ho has something very special planned for Song Hye Kyo once she's fully recovered. According to sources, he has organized an intimate family photo shoot featuring just the three of them. The theme is "A New Chapter," and the location is said to be a private garden filled with cherry blossoms, symbolizing new beginnings and everlasting love. Can you picture those photos? Lee Min-ho holding his son in one arm, his other arm wrapped around Song Hye Kyo, both of them smiling with pure joy. That image alone will break the internet. And here's something even more touching. Lee Min-ho's parents are reportedly over the moon about becoming grandparents. They couldn't stop crying when they first saw the baby. His mother reportedly said, "You've given me the greatest gift of my life," while his father kept thanking Song Hye Kyo for bringing such happiness into their family. Song Hye Kyo's parents feel the same, and they've been making sure she feels loved and cared for during her recovery. It's a union of two families that now share a bond that can never be broken.